This table is now going to change into something even more useful. I'm extremely displeased. Extremely. I'm going on just a sweet night away. This is actually from Marks and Spencer's. So now we're going back to the pub, well, different pub, Grosvenor Arms. Beautiful. In fact, I don't know what I have that in my house. Hello. Welcome to another vlog. My name is Angie. This is Rarebirds, which is a lifestyle channel for people, mainly older people, but not all older people, who have made the decision to grow rather than shrink as they grow older. This is my bathroom. So I've just finished work and now I'm going on just a sweet night away with the cameraman. Hence I have a flannel in my hand just because it was a don't forget to pack the flannel. Don't forget to pack the flannel. Anyway, so there's that. We're staying in a little pub in Wiltshire. I think it is Wiltshire, but it's not far from me. So my outfit is one that you've seen a gazillion times. I'm sick of wearing it. This is my little shirtless collar, because I always say collarless shirt. It's the opposite. It's literally so you've still got quite a smooth line. And then my Velcro jumper, bit of jean action. What's that? It's just a towel. Oops. Bit of jean action, bit of cowboy boots. And then I've got my jacket, which I'm going to wear. Going very country, but with a bit of thing. I'm going to wear my baseball cap because it keeps raining. I've actually got a really fabulous coat. I'm going to show it to you. You won't be able to see it very much, but I'm going to go get it anyway. Hang on. Okay. Do we need some light? Do we need some... Is that better? Maybe. This is actually from Marks and Spencer's. I didn't stop knocking things over. It's quite a small space. This is actually Marks and Spencer, but it's fabulous. Not particularly country, but do we care? It's raining. I got it slightly oversized because I just like to do a bit more like that. Actually, it really doesn't look very nice though, but it is a nice thing. It's really, really dark espresso brown. And I really like it. It's kind of that sort of like mock croc. It's with some shades. I won't go and get that. I should have my lipstick on as well. Never mind. What do you think? And I quite like it just loose actually as well. But because it's oversized, you see, you can wear it over a jacket and it's fine. Yeah. So I'm wearing that anyway, with a baseball cap, so it's a different look. I just mustn't forget my flannel. Put my flannel in my pocket. And so I will show you the pub because I think it's really lovely and it's in Wiltshire. Actually, I got this coat on, which is a really old tweed coat, which I think is just better. The other one looked a bit weird, because you need to, have a different sort of boot, like a high boot or even a trainer, not a cowboy boot. Cowboy boot didn't work. Anyway, that's it. Just need to find my lipstick. But I like this. I do really like this because it's just nicely fitted. And with my baseball cap, which is green as well. So yeah, quite like that. Anyway, different flannel this time. I put the other one down. Don't know where I put it. So that's great. Anyway, I will be back. So we've just been out for a walk. It's proper school out there, wasn't it? Was it really a school? Is. Yeah, really nicely schooling. So now we're going back to the pub, well, different pub, Grosvenor Arms. I think I filmed it earlier. Going back and we're going to eat food and drink dry out by the fire because it's pretty wet out there. But it's still beautiful. I'm going to show you the village as we drive in. Here we go. So this is Hindon. Got autumn colour. It's gorgeous. It's ever so pretty. And the pub, there's a lovely church. The pub that we
Proper village store.
Yeah, nice. It's got, you can tell it's a proper one because it's got vegetables in crates outside, and you need that. And firewood, look. Firewood, vegetables in crates. Oh look, there's the pub. Just there. Some darling. Chicken, gammon and leek pie, mash and gravy. Yeah, so here we go.
I tried to get him last time, but I think he had a shoot box.
We did, yeah. We had a shoot, yeah.
So this is the Grosvenor Arms in Hindon. And so cosy. And look at this blue.
Yeah.
I mean, what a fantastic dining room. And I think what really works about this is how heavyweight the tables and chairs are. And they just go really well with the panelling and just the beautiful, beautiful smoky blue. Oh. Also look, stripes always work, don't they? The hunting scene, I mean, this is so English, British. What's this? Here, look at that, they're shotgun cartridges, aren't they? Amazing. I've already shown you this room, but we need to get right into it. So first of all, this colour to die for. I'm going to find out what it is. It just has the right amount of depth, beautiful modern art, lovely, you know, not sickening Halloween display.
Quite understated.
Very understated. The weight of this furniture, the heaviness of it matches the room. The dark oak floor. This is, I just love this cartridges.
Yeah, I love that, yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah,
I love the
absolutely
colours. Look at the
magnificent.
palette. Beautiful. In fact, I really want to have that in my house. Beautiful. I love that. I think it's really lovely. And
Proper place. Can I just mention real napkins?
Very, very
This is
big
my
on-
bugbear.
Yeah, and they're a nice size
Yeah.
as well, because you're, what are you? Behemoth.
A behemoth.
He's a behemoth. And stripes as well. Look, stripes. Also, like, very, very modern base of that glossy. You think, oh, that's incongruous. No, it just works. It makes it all very cool. Nice to have some surprises. And just the battered old Persian rugs. Let's have a look at the Persian rugs. You know? Do you see? It's damn fine. That's what it is.
Am I allowed 2 seconds to say I absolutely love this? So this is my, but this is a beautiful, this is an old, effectively coaching in, because this was on the route into London, so it's just lovely. So they've got some stables out the back which they've converted into rooms. So there's a bit of history here. We went to the church earlier.
Yeah.
You know, original site, 13th century, then rebuilt in 1809. Very touching, very sort of unique World War I memorial. And of course the tragedy of that is when you see three from the same family. But anyway, on a happier note, this is just a beautiful place, and you know, their sacrifices never forgot.
Yeah, no, very true. Beautiful.
I'm glad you're in it. I think we can see around the I can't believe it. This is on.
Quincy's just perched in our little bird box. Oh, darling, Quince, we got walkies. We're going to have a lovely time. Quincy and I have come to check out the Christmas arrangements, the Christmas details. What is this? Cinnamon swirl cookies. Ooh. Mince pies. Vegetarian. Love that too.
It's nice, isn't it?
We've got all sorts of lovely. Okay.
Okay.
Let's show more Grace. Grace is very beautiful today, as everyone can see. Not at all riddled with anxiety. Okay. Just want to point out a couple of things here. Danger zone. Got mini Christmas cake in little loaf size here. And this is frangipane mince pies. I mean, it's actually torture. Just as I decided this week, I'm not going to have any sugar. So that's a big old thumbs down. Anyway, listen, I'd love to chat more, but I'm actually a tech billionaire today. So that's why I've got my coordinated outfit on. I'm just country for the day. I don't have time to chit chat with the locals. Could these be more perfect? They are Christmas iced biscuits. £25 then. So, yeah. I would also eat those quite quickly, so that would be £25 gone quite fast. However, you could move over, you could have spiced Negroni, that would bring you a different sort of pleasure. Got some little nutcracker. Whiskey and tea. Darling. Come on, what are you doing? You want to find out, don't you? Okay, let's go. Let's go, darling. Handstand movies. Handstand movies. Lovely. Excellent job. Yes, you tell them. You tell them, Chris. Come on. Let's go, baby. Prince, come on, you're not meant to be in there. Let's go. Come on, let's go, darling. Let's go. Come on. I feel like a news presenter or something. I'm sitting at my kitchen table, and it's a little teeny tiny kitchen table, and I've had huge tables in the past. This is a teeny one, and this bit of the vlog is just going to be about this little table, which is a little French table. I have shown it in another vlog. It's a little French table. It just has a little drawer at the front here. It has a pine top, and I got it from a flea market, and it was very battered, but I cleaned up the top, left everything else in its sort of beautifully battered state, and then I put some little feet on the bottom of it because it was, some of the legs had rotted a little bit. But anyway, there is a point to this, before you all leave. This table is now going to change into something even more useful. So at the moment, I basically use it as, it's definitely a work surface. In fact, more than it is a table, because weirdly, when people come over to chat, they sit behind where the camera is, where the window is, and I have that bench, so the window sill is very low and very deep, and then I have a bench in front of it which creates this sort of seating area, and so people tend to sit there, and then I busy myself here, and we chat, and it's lovely. But I want this table, I think I just want to have somewhere in the kitchen to actually sit and eat, because I just think there's something lovely about that. And actually it only needs to be little, because most of the time it's only myself, or sometimes it will be the cameraman and I, or sometimes it will be a child or two, family or whatever. But this table has to be lots of different things all at once. It also needs to be movable. It needs to be mobile. And so, because I like to be able, sometimes how I film and I have that, amazing wall behind me. So then I need to turn the table around if I'm doing cooking videos, or if it's just a normal situation, I will have the table this way, the way that it is right now, just because it works in the space quite well and I just like it. But it's you need to have choices. As always in life, I always say to my children, they'll probably listen to this and say that you've never said that to me before in life, but in my head, I say to my children, not only, always get yourself into a situation where you have choices. You've got to have choices in life. So in a very miniature, micro, domestic way, this is about having choices. So in this box, I have some wheels, and they're wheels, really, really sturdy. I chose them really carefully, and they are going to go on the bottom of this table. Now, ask me if I have brakes on the wheels. Yes, I do, because I'm not a complete fool. We don't want to be leaning on a table and then end up in accident and emergency. Now, I bought these in a local kind of builder's merchants. They only had 3 with brakes. So I got one without a brake. So I thought, if I don't do this soon, I'm never going to do it. But I think 3 brakes is fine, isn't it? 'Cause that one wheel is not going anywhere. But look, I just really like them. I chose them very carefully. They have non-marking tyres. That's the brake that you just, step on with your foot. And this bit here is a good size. So the whole thing isn't just going to be me talking in the most tedious way imaginable. But so that's one of the feet, which I now have to attach to the leg. But can you see, that's, in terms of fitting that on there, that's a very nice little situation we've got, isn't it? Very, very pleased with that. So I have been gathering my forces. Here we go. The first thing I've got to do is I've got to fix the feet to the table legs. And so for that I need very long screws. And I believe, look, all these things I've kept. Something, and I think that will probably be long enough. If I put a couple of those, can you see? And they're the ones that they're quite sharp, so it should just go into I'll probably screw little holes in, do little holes in first and then put those in. I'm sorry, the light is so bad. I went down a bit of a rabbit hole. I found this poet. I'm going to read you the poem. It's about a kitchen table in a minute. But then, of course, from that I went to another thing, and so now it is 3:30. But I have my little screwdriver. I have a borrowed drill, which I borrowed off the cameraman, because I do not have one right now. I don't know I think it broke. Anyway, so I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you what I've done. But this is just me showing up for myself. And we're going to do this, and it's going to be lovely. And then and then when I've done it, I'm going to read you that poem about a kitchen table, because it's a really short poem. It's not, I'm not going to start reading Chaucer or something, but it's a short poem and it's absolutely beautiful. And I will share with you who the poet is as well. And he's on Instagram, and he combines his words with beautiful images, many of which I think are AI, but he's very open about that, how he uses it. It's just all very, very beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to share that with you in a second if you are interested. In the meantime, I'm going to turn this off for a while and then I'm going to come back and hopefully I won't be crying or just be... No, I'll probably... No, what will happen is I'll come back, it will be days later, I'll make absolutely no mention of this at all. It'll be like it literally never happened because it won't have gone well. And then I'll have to get Jordan to come and rescue the situation. Okay, all right, I will be back, hopefully. Dearly, I need longer screws. Found the wood glue. Life is smiling at me. Life is really smiling at me because now I think with the glue, with the super long screws, I'm such an idiot. Okay, so the glue is not well. However, we will not be denied. It's kind of gone like, oh, Jesus. It's just gone sort of jelly-like. That's not what you want. That's okay. That's okay. Plan B. One done. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, we will see. We will see. Okay. That one's moving slightly. I think it's because I only put 2 screws, so I'm going to put 3 in all the others, and then you've got one slightly weaker foot. Weaker foot? Weaker foot. Doesn't matter, does it? Does not matter. Okay, I'm going to turn this off because I'll get so bored. See, red holes mark where things need to go, so then I get the thin one to create the pathway. It's nice, smooth pathway for... Okay, so I'm just going to, so I'm just looking at a message on my phone from, I contacted one of those wills companies, you know, so I've grim, isn't it? But just to get that sorted out. Yeah, so I'm just going to tidy up the floor area here, and then we're going to flip that bad boy over and see what happens. I'm excited. Hang on, I'll just bring this. Oops. Let's see what I've done there. Okay, so the hooves have now got wheels. Okay. Right. Sorry that the light's so awful. Oh, that's ridiculous. It's really tall. Is that too tall? Oh, God. Hello. I've just spent hours and quite a lot of money. Maybe like, it's too tall, isn't it? Oh, shoot me now. Also, it's sort of crazy slow. Maybe that's just the road. Maybe it's not actually. Oh, God, I hate everything. But do you know what? I'm extremely displeased. Extremely. Does that just look totally ridiculous? I'm going to see, this is what I'm going to do. This could be salvageable. I'm going to put the drawer in, and then I'm going to see how it compares height-wise to the units, because if it's within the ballpark of the units, then I think it's fine. Because my plan was, anyway, I'm going to talk more about the sort of kitchen table aspect of it in a second. Let's get the drawer in. I'm also going to get these brakes on immediately. Yeah, so that doesn't matter too much. I think it might be alright. I'm going to find a tape measure. I'm going to find a tape measure. Found the tape measure. Right, so work surface is, what's my glasses? This is 94.5. I think we can live with that, can't we? I think we can live with that. Yeah. And then you see I can just whip it around. Hang on. Yeah. Hang on, let me. Yeah, look, you can see probably better now. So that's the work surface. That's the sort of tall, table-y thing. And then, you see, my plan is that I get two kind of stools, you know, that are just, and you know, and if they have to be made, then that's fine. So I'm just going to with my bra here. If they have to be made, that's fine. But you see, you could still put your leggies under here, couldn't you? You could sit there, and then you see what I'd love to do. It's a very tall ceiling here, but I'd love to get one of those. They're kind of like. It's basically like a candle light. It's like a lantern. It's like a lantern that you just pull down, and then you can sort of release it, and it goes back up. And then wouldn't that be lovely? So that you bring a light down, and it wouldn't have to be, you know, it wouldn't be electric. It would just be this lantern that you put a candle in. I think they're from churches. I've seen them. I can't remember where I've seen them, but I've seen them. And then, you know, and then that would be really beautiful. That's with the lights off, and then, yeah, look, you see? Anyway, I feel that is not a complete disaster. I also feel like this is the worst light. There's just nothing we can do though. I think we have to just accept that the light is going to be bad. But yeah, so let me get like a pretty, so like that, just a lovely thing. I'm going to get a little candle. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. That is cute. Yes, so I wanted to ask you actually, so I definitely want to get one scented candle for Christmas this year. So obviously I'm in the UK, so I know that the, you know, for a few years I've had the White Company one, you know, the one that's shaped like, you know, it's short and quite fat like that, and it has, I think it's called, oh God, what is it called? But it's the one that has like the orange peel in it and cinnamon sticks and pine cloves, I think. Pine cones, I think. So I'm thinking about getting that one. But I wondered if you had any recommendations. Nothing sweet, can't be sweet. So it can either be very green, Christmassy green, you know, evergreen green, or it can be, you know, more spice. Anyway, so this was my vision for this table. So, you know, just with a stool, you know, 2 stools that like have cushions on them, you know, so they're comfy, so you can just perch here and you can have a glass of wine, and so you've got your little lights here, or you know, you could pull down. I just think, I love the idea of that pull down candle, you know, lantern with candle in it. I think that would just be so cool. Because you want to have these moments, don't you? And also, because this kitchen is quite warm, and you know, because I've got a really big radiator there, and I'm going to insulate underneath the floor when I can, but that might not be this winter. Oh, the other thing is, of course, now that I've got the wheels on this, and it's not all annoying and cumbersome. You see, if I see a cheap Persian rug in a flea market, I will definitely get it to go, you know, over quite a bit of this kitchen floor, and then it'll be so cozy as well. Anyway, so just to go back to the kitchen table, I can't even remember how I found it. I was on Substack, and it's just a wonderful poem, and I'd love to read it to you. In fact, let me get my little stool. Hold on. Yeah, look, and we have our lovely apples. I've been having my apple thing for breakfast. You know, basically any time that I'm at home and not elsewhere for breakfast, I have this. Bring you down a little bit. Yeah, see, I'm ridiculously low. I look stunted, but can you see how lovely it will actually be? And it's just a little workhorse, this table, because it's so good for prepping food on. And you know, when you take stuff out of the oven, shove it on there, but equally if you want it to look pretty, you can just put a little vase on it, and I love this. Anyway, so going back to the table, I found this wonderful poem. God, I really look absolutely dead, don't I? Not a good look. But I found this wonderful poem, and I'd love to read it to you. I had to write it out. Such is my dedication to you, because you know, otherwise it would have been a whole printer nightmare. So, and anyway, it's nice to write it out. It helped me to remember it. So it's this this man called Adam Maxwell Martin, and he's not only a poet and a creator of words and ideas, but he is also, I think he works with AI, so he's some kind of a designer as well. As I say, I've literally only just found him. He's on Instagram. He's got about 80 posts on Instagram. He's got, you know, lots of followers. By the way, will you follow me on Instagram if you can? I think it's just _rarebirds. But anyway, it's fine if you don't. I don't post very often, but I want to get better at it. I intend to get better at it. Okay, right. So his guy, I don't know how old he is, maybe kind of, or I'm not even going to, he's a mature man. And he is, obviously driven by sort of notions of religion and thoughts and ideas, but he's clearly not religious. And I say that because, so for example, there are some words in here that you would normally associate with religion, but they are not religious. He's not a religious man, and I say that just because on Instagram, so he combines visual images with extracts from his poetry, and a lot of them refer to the home as a church, and a couple of them have actually sort of said quite clearly that, you know, I'm not religious. Obviously a better way of saying that, but for him, you know, home or family, home and family. I think that for him, home is a symbol of family, and therefore safety and comfort in the same way that for many people, or that buildings can be the same. So for some people, you know, a church is a building that represents so much, and for him it does, but without the belief in God, I think. It's just a place of safety. Anyway, so this is, I think it's just called The Kitchen Table, but I'm not sure. I didn't write the title down stupidly. So, keep holy the kitchen table, the elbows on it, the voices raised above it, the meals reheated, the stories repeated, the arguments never quite cleared away. This is where family happens. Not always kindly, not always clean, but here, where someone shows up with takeaway and tired eyes and calls that love. The table has heard confessions between spoonfuls, held grief beside the salt, witnessed silence as fierce as faith. So if you're looking for a sacred place, try the table, where we keep coming back, where we try again, where grace is passed like bread. Pretty good, isn't it? Literally giving me goosebumps. And that's why I went down this rabbit hole. I was meant to literally start this video hours ago, and then it just didn't happen. But isn't that beautiful? Yeah, so if you're looking for a sacred place, try the table, where we keep coming back, where we try again, where grace is passed like bread. Anyway, that's quite lovely, isn't it? But, well, you know, powerful. I suppose very real as well. You know, some arguments, some, you know, God, families are complex, aren't they? They're really complex. But, you know, and some things never really get tidied away, do they? They just don't. Anyway, there was something else. There was something else that I wanted to read to you. It was one of his other poems, and I saw this just on his Instagram feed when I looked at it. By the way, his Instagram feed is Adam Maxwell Martin. Here, look. Just in case I forget to put it up. Adam Maxwell Martin, and it's all one word, all lowercase. Oh, this is so true. This is about courage. And I know I've spoken about courage before, and you all came back with wonderful insights as well. But this is what Adam Maxwell Martin says about courage. It's a blinder. It's so true. You think courage is loud, a shout, a charge, a fire that burns everything in its path. But mostly, it's a whisper that refuses to die. How true is that? Literally, of course, there are moments, a whole, you know, periods of time where courage is very overstated and it's very, you know, conflict, war, when you're getting yourself out of danger, when you're defending someone, you know, it's big, it's loud, it can be very, very, very obvious, very present, you know, the kind of courage that you get praised for. But for me, that last passage, the real courage, sustaining courage, is like a whisper. It really is. It's like a whisper that refuses to die. I can't imagine anything more perfectly put. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Anyway, well, I don't know why all this time I've been sitting here. I'm going to have a tidy up, and I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this in the morning. Sitting here and looking down at that table, the table looks like it's levitating. It's not a great look, I've got to be honest with you. It's really not a good look, but it will do, I think. It really looks weird. Anyway, I'll show you in the morning, see what you think.